What is good? It's your boy Woods. Thank y'all for tuning in for Destined for Greatness podcast. Today's show is about to be amazing. I have some wonderful guests today. And once again, I'm here with my beautiful co-host, intelligent co-host, always got my back co-host, Miss Krista. How you doing today, lady?
I'm doing fantastic. So excited to be here with you.
That is what's up. So tell them a little bit about what we about to do today.
So it's Tuesday and we are doing Testimony Tuesday. We believe that it's so important for us to encourage one another. So if you've been watching the show and you feel inspired, or if you just simply feel you have something to share that's going to uplift anyone, please contact us so you can be on the show. Today we have Brian Winham and Michael Lynn speaking with us. I'm going to read a quick scripture. Just trying to put it on the screen so you guys can see it with me. I love for you guys to follow along with me. I'm reading from 1 Thessalonians 5:11. There it goes.
Let's get into this good word.
So encourage one another. Oops. I'm going to read it and then I'll post it. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. And this is Paul actually talking to one of the first churches and giving them instructions on how to live. And this is one of the things. In order to stay strong, encourage one another. What you're going through can help me. What I'm going through can help you.
And that's fact. And that's what this whole podcast right here today is about. It's about a young man that was going through young man things. Sometimes as young men, it's hard to find your man. Because your age and how you feel like you're a man, but your maturity is what make you a man. It ain't your age. It ain't that you can have sex with a woman. That doesn't make you a man. It's how mature are you? Are you handling your responsibilities? Are you maturing? Are you doing the same things you did before? Or have you made improvements? Because the only thing that's permanent in life is change. Because change is going to happen no matter what. We always going to change. Think about from when your child now, when your child was little to where they are now. They've changed. So you can change. You don't have to be in the same depressed state of mind anymore. You can change. All you have to do is tell yourself, I want to change. And today, I want to bring on my guest because he has a story to tell. This is my brother right here, man. He's held me down since day one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring him on. Mr. Brian Winham. What is going on, my brother?
What's up, G?
Oh, man, you got that lighting right. Look at him. Clutch.
I got it together now, baby.
Yes, sir. What is going on with you, man?
Chilling, man. Blessed, man. Blessed. Just trying to take day by day. You feel me?
Yes, sir. So how's it been, man, in your new journey, man? Because let me a little bit about yourself. Look, to me, it's always better for the guests to introduce themselves because you know yourself better than I know you. So go ahead and tell the world a little bit about yourself and why I asked you to be on here today, man.
All right. Well, for the people who don't know, like you said, my name is Brian Winham. I'm from the south side of Lansing, Michigan, Jolly and Waverly. You feel me? Went to Wexford Elementary School, then from there to Gardner, from Gardner to Everett, where I met. Did we meet at Gardner or Everett? D Woods?
At Gardner.
Okay, yep, at Gardner. I've been knowing D Woods for a minute. So anyway, but to make a long story short, you know what I'm saying, we all go through our little tests. Like I grew up in church, you know what I'm saying, and so growing up in church, I was forced to go to church basically, which at the time I thought it was a bad thing, but now looking at it, it actually was a great thing, and I thank my mom for forcing me to go to church because therefore I wouldn't probably be in the position that I'm in right now if I wasn't forced to go to church, or if I didn't have a God-fearing mom that kept us in their prayers. You know what I'm saying? She always prayed for our family. I just got a whole strong family, far as not everybody, but we got a lot of people.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's kind of how I met you, man. I met you like through sports. and your
Right.
family support was amazing. And I see that carrying on with your son, man. Because right now, I want to give you your roses right now, man. As a man to man right now, talking to another man, I'm proud of you. I look up to you in a lot of ways. I have a son. He's 5. You know what I'm saying? I watched how you was with BJ, man. And you show me a lot of ways. Consistency with your child, man. They will grow, and they will grow whatever talent they have. Because you know what I'm saying? I watch what you do, man. You support your son in every endeavor, man. And right there, that's inspirational, man. So,
Right.
so I want to tell you, man, thank you for being you, man, being a good father, being a good role model to other men out here, because you getting looked at. Believe that. People paying attention how Brian putting highlight films of his son every game. It don't matter if he make one crossover, it's recorded, man. You ain't missed a second of that boy life, and that's amazing, bro.
Right. I appreciate that, man. I wouldn't take that. I mean, that's one thing that I prayed to God. Man, it's crazy how real God is for real. Like people really don't even. It's not even hip on how powerful are if you just have faith and pray. I remember, man. So I had 2 daughters back to back. Well, not back to back, but you know what I'm saying. My first 2 kids are daughters, and so it was crazy when my wife told me she was pregnant for the 3rd time. I mean, my homeboy John Ferguson, we all know who that is.
Yeah, John Ferg, that's my guy.
Right, man. He still tell this story to this day. I kind of don't remember. It just popped into my head. He said we was on my parents' porch and we prayed for our son. And I just know the power of prayer. At the time when she did get pregnant, I had finally got married. So I'm thinking like, man, 2 daughters right off the bat, man. That's karma from
That's
all.
what I did. That's what I got.
I did when I was younger with the girls. You feel me? Or just having kids out of wedlock. But you know what I'm saying? Thank God both of my daughters was healthy. You feel me? Both of them very pretty, very smart,
Yes.
intelligent. You know what I'm saying? They definitely young ladies. You know what I'm saying? They're not out here just taking crazy pictures. You
That's
feel
what's
me?
up. That's how I feel about my babies too. But once again, it comes from that consistent parenting, B. It comes from you being there.
Right.
Being there.
Facts.
That's what I'm that's why I wanted you on here. I'm bringing men on here that have testimonies of being a boy transferring from a young man to a man.
Yeah.
Right? So what I want you to get into, bro, is what are some of the things where you feel like you've lost touch of yourself to make you come back to God so strong like you have?
Right.
Because what you're doing right now is powerful, but anytime somebody has a testimony, that means they had a crisis. Because usually they mean they've been through something and they seen the light and they had a breakthrough. So what happened to you and what was the breakthrough and to get you to the point where you are today?
Right. Hey, one thing I did want to touch on too, what you said when you said it's not about your age, about being a man, it's your change. And
Yes.
that's, man, you hit it right on the nose when you, man, I felt that, like I got chills when you said that, because
That's what's up, man.
that's true. Because to be honest, bro, I didn't become a man until March.
Recently, me
to-
too.
to April of 2020, bro. And that's crazy.
I didn't become a man until April, May. It was May. It was May for
Right,
me.
yeah. But so
I didn't become a man till
it's
May.
crazy. We both kind of hit the same time.
Why do you think that God has us together right now? He's not working on accident. This show is destined for greatness for a reason, because we're going to the next level, right?
Right.
And what we have to do is have each other's back. I got to support B's Helping Hands. You got to support Wood's Destined for Greatness. I got to support Mike's, you know what I'm saying, The Village. If we all come together, man, ain't no stopping us. So back to what you were saying about being a man right now, I feel like I grew into a man the moment I noticed that there was improvements. That's what makes you mature. You can be 75 years old and mature. My mother is not the same mother from 60 to 70, right? Because she's still maturing. She's learning how to be a more elderly woman. But if she's not willing to accept that change, she's gonna be trying to be young.
Right.
And then people are gonna be looking at my mama like, what's your mama out here doing trying to be young? She needed but so maturity can happen at any age.
Right. So yeah, so when it first struck me, man, it was probably around April or the end of April, beginning of May. Man, I was basically in my backyard, and I don't know exactly what I was doing back there, maybe cutting the grass or something, but something had to stop me in my tracks. I couldn't move, and only thing I could do was listen. I was back there by myself, and it seemed like this conversation went on for like a good 30 and 45 minutes. Maybe it wasn't even that long, but that's what it felt like. And I done heard stories like this, and you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, tripping. Like, ain't no spirit. Like, come
That's
on, bro.
exactly what happened to me. The same thing.
Ain't come on, dog. That ain't happened. But bro, real talk. Like I couldn't move. The only thing I could do was listen. And when he came on, you feel me? I mean, when he came to me, like, and it's like when you talk to God, you talk to him is like you talking to your friend or a relative, or I just say I was talking to my big homie because
Yeah.
I mean when he was cutting into me, he was cutting into me about everything I asked for and everything that I had promised him in the past that I didn't do, or I did it just for the time being, and then I went right back to my old ways. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
he was saying, and it happened in my backyard because we just recently brought a nice house last year. You know what I'm saying? And growing up, I always prayed for the pretty wife, the healthy kids. You know what I'm saying? Good job. Woo, woo, woo. And
You
like
definitely got all of that.
yeah, real talk. And so he came down and he was just saying, like, bro, like you been praying for all this stuff. Yeah, I don't bless you with blessings that you know you shouldn't even got. I mean, as far as getting
Facts.
approved for loans that I should car
Yes.
loans that I know I had no
Come
business
on, man.
approved for. You know what I'm
Tell them.
saying? I'm sitting in the
Tell them.
office and I'm praying, please, God, please just let me get this car loan. I promise I'll do right. You feel me? Boom. Next thing you know, Mr. Windham, you're approved. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And then next thing you know, a week later, I'm back on my BS. You know what I mean? Being
Like for
worried.
most of us, that like the most of us. But the reason why you went through that is for this season right now. For
Right.
everything, it's for a season, right? And the
Facts.
reason why things are for a season is so we can all notice the different ways God works for us. Some, if you don't go through anything, you can't learn from it, right? You
Facts.
had to go through that to know that you didn't want to be like that anymore.
Facts.
So when you were making these promises to the guy, he was listening, but now your return, you're doing well on your return. So since you're doing well on your return, tell people about some of the blessings that you have seen since this transformation, man.
Man.
Because I
Wow.
see it. I want
Right.
other people there because this is it's
Man,
unbelievable for me to see with my own two eyes.
man, this is crazy. So of course, dealing with the coronavirus and all that, people getting laid off and jobs is quitting. You feel me? And so I had got laid off a couple times, and I always detail cars on the side. You feel me? So I always had a passion for detailing. I've been detailing since I was a kid. My dad taught me how to detail when I was maybe 8 years old. So I've been detailing cars since I was about 8. And so man, so just during this pandemic, I was just like, I'm tired of making other people rich, you know what I'm saying?
Say less.
And I just like, I told God I was just tired of going to work, a regular, real job. And it's crazy because when I told him, he said, he told me, if you have faith, if you have real faith, you're not going back to work. And it's crazy because, for most people know, you know what I'm saying? Like when I first started changing, you know what I'm saying? People always had their exceptions about, you know what I'm saying, why he changed or what he was going
What are
through.
some of the things that you were hearing?
Uh for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Like of course, you know what I'm saying, like I cheated, you feel me? And so it was more of like, oh, Brian's just changing because, and it wasn't me that was like, people wasn't of course, people wasn't coming up to me telling me that, but it was people coming up to like family members like my brother, you know what I'm saying? People barbershop talk, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm real cool with D Wallace. What up, D Wall? You feel me?
That's
But
my
like,
guy too.
it,
5 EV.
right, facts. So it was people just like, you know what I'm saying, coming up to my brother, coming up to D, people who knew I knew him, like, man, what's up with your mans? He, you know what I'm saying, nigga done got caught cheating, nigga want to turn to God. but it wasn't that. I mean, it was that. It wasn't because of that situation. It was just because I
You
was
finally had enough. You had enough of yourself.
right. I was
You're
tired
tired of yourself, man.
right. I had lived one life forever for my whole entire life, and
Yeah.
that wasn't getting me nowhere. Trying to be cool, trying to be worldly. I mean, you can still be into God and be cool. You feel me? And that's why I think God has put me in a position where, you know what I'm saying, where I can still be myself and, you know what I'm saying, and still show people, youngins.
That's what I think the coolest part about you is that you didn't change you. And I think that's why God is using people like me and you, is because he wants us still to be who we are so we can be relatable. Some people think to get saved or to be saved or to come to God that you like have to be fake
Holy.
to yourself. Yeah, holy. Like, no,
Right,
I'm still D Woods.
right,
I'm the same person. You still be. When
right,
we talk the same way. But
right,
we just
right,
know that there's a spirit inside of us that is guiding us along the way now that's always been there, right?
right, right,
It's just that we caught on it to help us.
right, right,
So my a little bit about me is around that same exact time that happened to you was I was drinking and my body couldn't handle it no more, dog. I was getting sick every time. I
right,
had ended up getting ulcers real bad. And I'm like, health wise, you know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it. So once I
right,
put down drinking, I was like, the only thing that ever stopped me from getting saved was drinking. I always wanted to party. So I was
right,
like, you know what? I ain't really going to go to church to get saved because I want to still be drinking and turning up. The
right,
moment I stopped drinking, man, I was ready for everything. So our
right,
stories run parallel. We had something that happened to us around the same time that changed our life forever, man.
right. Hold on, I gotta put this thing on the charger. I didn't even know I was low. Hold on.
Hey, B.
What up?
Hey, B, it's all good, man, because I want to bring Mike Measy in too, man. We're not done. We're not done, man. So I need to go ahead and get your charging right. I'm going to talk to Mike, then I'm going to bring us all together, man.
Okay.
All right?
All right, bet that. Bet.
I bet. What is going on, my brother?
What's going on, fam? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you perfectly, man. Hey, first of all, world right here, this is my brother right here, Michael Lynn Jr.,
What's
advocate.
going on?
You know what I'm saying? This dude is all around good brother right now, man. I'm looking at you right now and I'm proud of you, man. Good to see you. I ain't seen you I don't know how long.
I know it's been a minute, man. That's
It's
how you
been
was
a
up here.
minute.
We was doing a podcast together.
The last time we was together, we were both doing a podcast. That's crazy. Now we both got our own podcast. How
Yeah,
God
man.
works. So thank you for tuning in today, man. Did
Yeah,
you get
man.
to catch
Absolutely.
anything?
Yeah, I caught the last couple minutes right there. I had to download some stuff to get on this and everything, but I'm on here now. So,
Oh,
I
that's all that
mean,
matters.
I've talked to Brian, so I kind of understand the struggles he going through. It's some of the similar things that anybody in this city go through when they try to change who they was to who they are. Me and Brian actually talked about all of that. The naysayers and the people that all got something to say. Nobody wants to see Brian change. They're a better man or focused on his son, right? So like
Yeah.
me and him had that same issue that
You,
I was
you
very
guys have a
focused on
lot of
Mikey.
similarity when it comes down to that. A
Yeah, so
lot of similarities.
I was able to talk to him like what he can expect, dealing with Lil B, and how the haters gonna be. It's something that he gonna have to deal with. But as long as he got that forethought and can understand what he's coming into, man, he'll be all right.
Yes, sir. So I brought you in, man. I want you to tell a little bit about yourself, man. You've been through a lot of life. You ain't got to explain a lot, but I do want you to break down a little bit of your testimony for this Tuesday about where you came from, where you are, and where you headed, brother. Because you have been through it all, man. You carrying a lot of weight on you right now, and I just want the world to know what's going on with my brother, Mr. Lynn.
I mean, you was there for most of it, man. So you kind of know. So I was a little idiot growing up, man. Best way I could put it to you. I was a violent dude. I had a lot of issues with anger issues and just pride was always in the way. It was just a lot of those situations, man, coming up. And then I had my son when I turned 18 and my daughter when I turned 18. I just had these different life changes, man, that really made me tell myself I had to grow up. And one of the things that I think was so influential in my life was that I had a good mentor in my father.
Yes, you
I
did.
had, and had something good to look forward. Like I had something to look to. That when I decided finally to get out this gangster world and stop being a street kid, I had something to fall back on and understand how life worked for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of really what it was.
So, what exactly made you want to make the decision to stop being an everyday worker to say, you know what, I'm about to higher educate myself and take it to the next level? Because that's a story I wanted you to tell about your education level, where you were, and what
Hmm.
you had to do to get to where you are now.
Like I tell a lot of people, man, I'm like the Slumdog Millionaire Lansing. I think I told you that before.
Yes, you did. That's why I want you to tell that.
If anybody's seen that movie, man, I'm not formally educated, man. I got my GED at 33 years old. I dropped out of school in ninth grade for the most part, and just I just picked up a lot of shit from the street. Excuse my language, a lot of stuff from the street. I've been around some good people, man, some strong-minded dudes and some strong-minded females in my life, and I just kind of just sucked everything in I've seen. And so, the education aspect, I decided at 33, not even needing this information. I just told myself I was gonna go finally get my GED because my son was going into high school, and I couldn't really press on him to finish school if I had never did it. So it was kind of one of those
Facts.
lead by example situations. So I went and got my GED, man, and surprisingly, I hadn't been in school since ninth grade and really hadn't paid attention since probably seventh grade. And I aced it all, like scored off the charts, and that's just it's just like a testimony to, like I always say, like it's a higher calling for me, man. I've been, a lot of people only know the Mike Lynn now, and it's funny because D Woods, we talk about this all the time because you was
Yes,
there
we do.
through the knuckle ups and the slices in my face and all the craziness. And it's sometimes people just feel like the Mike Lynn that they know today is who it's always been, and it's like, and a lot of people will try to drag you back into that, man. And I always say, like, I'm never gonna let nobody pull me back into what I prayed so long to get out of. And so the question was, what made me change my mind to get myself into a real world sense and be an adult was I've been in so many situations, man, where I was facing life in prison. I was facing a lot of situations, man, that really had to make me sit down, man, and ask myself, this is what I wanted for myself. And it was a time situation where it wasn't all at once. I told you about my story when I was 15 and got waived to adult court, left from the courtroom as a juvenile to being a man at 15 years old, at 23 and 1 lockdown, sitting at the Ingham County Jail, next to murderers. And I thought I was the toughest dude in the world until I got sat in that situation. And that changes you, man, when you go into that. And you start to really think, like, is this really what I want? And the problem is that some of this youth in the world never get that opportunity until they've already broken the cardinal rule. And now it ain't no changing. So you can get in there. And a lot of kids, man, to be out here tough as hell out in the world, as soon as something happens, it's like, where mom and dad at? But when mom and dad can't help you, like, I couldn't be helped at that moment. I was an adult as a kid, so I couldn't be helped at that moment. I really had to figure it out on my own, man. As much as my parents wanted to help me, it wasn't nothing they could do. And so you start sitting down thinking, like, is this what I really want? Now, that wasn't really the moment when I completely changed it all around, but that really right there, stuck with me, man, throughout my whole life. So that's when I kind of decided, like, I want something better for myself. And then I had that that base to fall back on, and the fact that I was raised right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I want to bring Brian back on for. That's exactly where I think. Hey, B man, you ready?
Oh yeah.
All right.
What's up,
Hey,
B?
What up, Mike? What's good, baby?
My guy.
You got it.
yes. Hey, man. My man Jose says something right here.
Yeah, but Jose, that's a perfect example. And me and Jose have talked about this, man. Jose, a good dude that had a good upbringing. And he was in the same shit I was into as a young man, just out here just doing whatever we could to make it, trying to do whatever we all kind of came from the same environment. And he got hit
Yeah,
with one strike and was done for 10 years. Like,
change his
you know, he
life.
he stood tall on that, man, and sat down for 10 years and didn't really have a chance to say, okay, wait a minute, I don't want this situation. And so that's where, and when I talk to young people, I try to tell them, like, don't do nothing that's gonna affect your life forever. Like, I put myself in a lot of them positions, and God worked me through them situations, man. Like,
That's what I'm telling.
I literally
Things could
owe
have
it
been
all to
different,
him,
man.
man. Way different, bro.
For all of us, every last one of us. If we didn't make that decision to get mature, change our lives, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't know where we'll be at right now. God literally blessed every. I know stories about both of y'all, and y'all know stories about me that we don't have to be all sitting here right now sharing our story. That's what I made this show for us to share our story, so somebody else that might be going through something that wants to change, that feels like they can't change, can look at us and be like, "Oh, I seen him at the store. Oh, I know him. If that dude
Yeah,
right there can change his life to and being a vet, this dude right here can open his own business up, cleaning all the cars that you wish you had. Y'all living
Yeah.
somebody's dream right now. I don't think you guys understand that. Some people are looking up to you like, yo, I want to be that. I want to
No,
be a
so like
fighter.
I think the part that I try to get through to people, man. And so B was talking about the whole how the world like, oh, you changed. Like I ain't
Yeah.
Measy no more. I'm still Measy. I
Right.
just understand how to move
I
as
say that all
Measy
the
now.
time, man.
Facts. Facts.
You feel
You the
me? I
real, yeah.
understand. I understand how to move. See, what people want me to do is be that nigga that ain't allowed in the club no more. 'Cause I be fighting or I get too drunk and doing all that wild stuff. But I took that bad parts of Measy and I moved him over here, and that's the part that stay over there. And this part that I'm in right now is I took all the experiences of the bad stuff I was going through and locked that out of the way. And so it ain't different. I'm the same cat. People just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I said, people want you to be what they want you to be, not what you want to be or what you are. You know, B said he changed his life after a situation where, you know, you had some infidelities. Man, we all been there. If
Right.
anybody
Yeah.
gonna say they ain't did that or ain't been through that or ain't decided at that point when you was just about to lose the one thing that's so important to you, to, okay, this is time to kill it. How
Facts.
somebody gonna look down at you for that, man? If anybody that's doing that, you need to cut them out your life, bro.
Facts. Facts.
You
Facts.
dig? Like period, point blank, man.
So
Everybody got a
I
story.
mean, then like you always said, Mike, you know, it's always they don't come to you, you know, one on one. It's always somebody,
Yeah,
your people like, hey, such and such said, you know what I'm saying, such and such. But
yeah.
like, yeah, I just seen dog, you know what I'm saying? He was he didn't have none of that energy, you feel me?
Nah,
But
yeah.
it's all good. But
But B, I'll tell you, bro, we talked about this. I told him about our conversation about Lil B. And you
right,
know, the barbershop talk, you're gonna go through our Lil B with him ain't all that. You know, look, Lil Mikey Lynn ain't all that. You
right,
know,
right.
just keep
I heard it
just
about Lil Mike too. I
just
heard.
just keep collecting awards, my guy, and keep spreading the word on your son. That's what you
yeah.
do.
Talk
Plain
Facts.
and
that.
simple.
Talk
Because I'm
that.
telling you, they be trying to take your focus away from what's important. If somebody got a problem with how much time you spend with your kid, bro, like that's some wild shit. They just need not to
Right,
have conversation. You dig?
right,
Like that's really what it is.
right. Facts. Facts.
But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm proud of all three of y'all. I mean, all both of y'all, man. Like
Right,
we all grew up together, man.
Yeah, we
right,
Like,
did,
right,
man.
and you
right.
know, and it's, even though we don't talk every single day, me and D, we talk pretty much all the time. And I mean, me and D were really, really close. With B, we was close, real, you know, middle school times, and
Right, right.
you know, so we all know each other where we come from, man. To see where we all are now as parents and in life, you know, it's just one of them things, man. I just like to congratulate our brothers, man. We ain't in competition out here.
Right, right,
Hey, man,
right,
we out here getting love from all the people, man.
right.
Dana, what's going on, Miss Smith? I see you out here. We getting a little bit more love, y'all. Tanea,
Man.
thank you for dropping in on us. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. You know, Katrina said something. She said, make the best of all your bad that has happened. It's never too late to be the best version of you. Be the voice of those you see making the bad choices you have made or that the others have made before you. So basically, going right back to at the beginning what Krista had put up with the scripture. It's the same thing. It's about you have to pull somebody up, man. You got to pull somebody up because too
Right.
many times we get up there, man, and then we don't even tell nobody how we got up there, and that could save our community.
So let me tell you that because I do a lot of this, and the thing is people don't pay attention. It's like I told you about Derek Grace. B was I hope you will look him up. You know, he said something last year. He said, "I'm done. I'm done giving game away for free." He's like, "I've been giving the game away. I've been getting on here. I'm talking to y'all about how to do this, how to do that." I do the same thing. People don't pay attention or they be hating on the situation. But I came from the gutter. And when I talk about like where I came from, like sitting in that jail cell, 23-1 lockdown at 15 years old, to going back to that place in my uniform to show them kids where you can become. Now
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I can give you the blueprint to that. I can tell you all of that. I can't make you go do it. It's one of the things where I can lead you to water but can't make you drink. But I'll tell you right now how I did all of that, how I got to where I was at. People always ask this question, like, how you get the job at the department? I applied. How'd you get the job at AT&T? I applied myself and to the job.
So it's that
Literally.
simple. It's that simple. You used to always
It's
tell
that
me that.
simple.
You'd be like, "Yo, Woods, just apply." I'd be like, "Dog, yo, that's a good job you got.
I
Apply."
applied, bro. But you
And
can't
look,
just apply to the job. You have to apply yourself. I had to go through the EMT course. I had no schooling. I had to go through that thing and focus up. I had to go through at 33 years old with a bad back and everything. I went through the firefighter academy. I had to focus in, man. I had to just go in there and do it. Now, as of late, I've been, getting my NRA certifications for my firearms training that I want to give out to the world. Right? That's just about finding the way you got to go. talking to people, networking, finding out the direction you got to go, signing up, going and applying yourself, bro. That's all I can tell people. It's just that simple. And another thing is keep yourself in a position where you are hireable. That's one of the biggest things.
No,
And when
explain
the opportunity,
explain that a breakdown, because I don't want you to go past that point. That's very important.
when the opportunities arise, I was never a weed smoker, you know that. So when the opportunity arises and I got like they want to call me in for the physical, I didn't have to worry about passing a drug test. When it came down to whether or not my background was going to come back clean, God kept me with a clean background, so my background came back clean. So it's all those things. Keep yourself employable. And so another thing is, you know, right now in 2020 is a time when you can get employed with anything on your record pretty much, as long as you ain't got nothing crazy. So just apply, find out where they apply, where they taking felony applicants and apply. There's also ways you can get your felonies expunged. There's a whole lot of stuff out here, man, and I'm willing to help anybody figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Just reach out.
Yeah.
Don't let the people and the haters.
The pride. No, don't let your pride get in the way.
Don't let the haters and stuff be like, oh, don't deal with Mike Lynn. Mike Lynn ain't doing nothing but spread knowledge right now. I'm giving $1 million with the game every time I talk. But it's a whole lot of brothers like, oh, don't deal with him. He this, he that. Mike ain't doing nothing but trying to help the community right now.
But that's why they're telling. Hold on. But that's why they're telling you, Mike, not to deal with him, because you're doing something different than what they're doing.
Man,
like, when you're doing something different than somebody, they don't understand you anymore. You're different.
Well,
you're violent. Like, you know what I'm saying. So what you have to do is persevere. Long as you keep on pressing forward, you're going to be continuously win. But what
I ain't
happens,
trying to win. I'm already won. I want other people to win. So who else out here like this?
But that's how they win.
Right
but that's how they win, though. They watch you.
Let me say this, though. Don't watch me. Call me. Ask me what it is you need to do. I will direct you. I have a whole building, 3525 South MLK. It's called the Village Lansing. I help everybody from 13-year-olds all the way to 30-year-olds.
No, tell them about the Village Lansing. That was a good time to tell them about what it is, because you're saying it, but some people might not know what it is.
Man, it's the way you get access to me, man, and the knowledge that I've been through, the stuff I've been through, and I could direct you around that. It's Resource Center. You can come down there and get anything you need, any type of information you need. You can come down there and use a computer to fill out an application. If you don't know how to fill out an application, if you don't know how to fill out your college apps, this is a place where you can come and get knowledge from somebody who's willing to give it. That's the best way I could put it. You said it earlier. It's a whole lot of people holding this knowledge and they selfish as hell. Yeah. And the only thing I try to do is spread it. I've started my own media company so I can spread this knowledge so everybody doesn't have to go pay somebody to try to get this information. Same man. Thing here. Like, it's brothers out here that got this information and we ain't trying to hold it back. It's a whole lot of brothers out here.
AB, and you perfect. Show them your shirt, man. Show them your logo, brother. Let them see it, man.
I love it too.
Hey, look, man. That's my man's right there. That's his.
Oh, I know.
Right.
I pass by it every day on my way to the office.
Hey, man. So blessed hands, right?
Yeah.
Hey, so blessed. What made you? I hold 1 second, man. What made you name it Blessed Hands?
Bro, I don't know. It was one night I was talking to my oldest daughter, and I was like, man, I'm about to start a detail spot. And I'm like, I'm trying to come up with all these names. And she like, B. Winham's Detail, Winham Detail. And I'm like, nah, that ain't it. And I'm like, I'm thinking. And this, all of a sudden, it popped into my head, Blessed Hands. And I'm like, ooh, that's fire. Blessed Hand Detail. And I'm like, okay.
Yo, God sprinkled that on you like this.
Yeah. That's and it's fire.
And that's the only thing he told me. I just gotta have that faith, man. And I started in my garage, bro.
Yeah. I remember.
I started in my garage with this studio I'm at right now. I started in my garage, so I felt you on that one.
Detailing in my garage with this people from Facebook, and then went from me meeting one dude on Facebook. Well, not on Facebook, but just on the streets. And he was like, "Man, I can lock you into a car lot," and he locked me into one car lot, and then next thing you know, bro, like I just started like everything I was doing, like it's consistency. So when I first started posting all the stripsters and the sayings, all the little things, people, you know, they was laughing at first, but now they see I've been doing it for 8 months now. You feel me? And I'm not slowing down. I'm not changing. I don't care if you like it. If you don't like it, you know, you can delete me. I don't care. You feel me? I'm here to like show people how real God is if you just have faith. That's the thing about like where I'm at right now. It's like we all grew up together, And it's like, okay, like the way we grew up, it's not cool to be into church or
Right.
to be into God. You know what I'm saying? That's not the cool thing. That if you do that, people looking at you as a lame or you know what I'm saying. But it's way bigger than that. Like and then so that's what I was like. I thought this for like years, like because I was always in and out of church, in and out of church. That's why God kept blessing me.
Me too. I was always in and out of church myself.
So, like I was just never like he never just ever gave me the cold shoulder. I was always receiving little blessings here and there. You know what I'm saying? And so until I decided to go full time, because I mean he gave me a choice. The day that he came and talked to me, he gave me a choice. He said, "Okay, I done bless you with everything you can pray for. Everything you pray for, I done bless you with it. Now, you know what I'm saying? I got a ton more of blessings over here that you don't even know. Like you can't you don't even, you're not even ready for them yet. But what's gonna happen is, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving you a choice, and your choice, you got to make the choice today. Either you come right with me or you go left. If you go left, that means you go into the world. So that just mean that don't mean you about to die or I'm about to take you off the earth. That just mean I'm washing my hands with you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens in the world to you happens. That's from me losing my family. And like to me, that's the most like I didn't realize like I always loved my family. You feel me? I always been in my kids' life, always been around. I've been with my wife for 20 years, been married 15. So like I always been a family man. I just didn't value like I value now. Like I took it I took my family for granted for so long. It just became a lifestyle. Like it was like I was supposed to have that, you know, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Like you, like God blesses you with a beautiful wife or a faithful, healthy kids. Because it's a lot of parents that don't have healthy kids or kids that got issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But he blessed. So I took all that for granted. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just like he was just, you know what I'm saying? You come right with me, but if you come right, you got to do it right. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, it ain't because you've been half in, half out. It's all the way in, all the way out. So I decided, you know what I'm saying? Why not go all the way with this? Because what I've been doing for the last 9 years ain't getting me nowhere, but about to lose my family. You feel me?
Right.
And the reality is, if I lose my family, now who the real fool? Like who's the real laughing stock? Like, and B, you messed that up. You feel me? Like you messed it up with Keisha. You messed it up with being around BJ. Like you messed that up. You feel me? That's just being mature. Like realizing, like, okay, I got a choice to make. You feel me? And so when I made that choice, man, like, and I didn't care what people were saying when I first started posting the little church scriptures and videos. I didn't care.
That's what I was going to go. I was going to go into that. I was going to ask you, since you've been posting, what is the response that's been from friends and family? Like, are they responding, or has it dropped? How's it going?
No. Like I get a lot of love. Like I mean, I get a lot of love actually now. This like support. Like especially like on Facebook, I get a lot of inboxes and people just saying like, "B, you doing good. Like we see you. You know what I'm saying? Like keep on doing what you're doing. Like you inspiring. You know what I'm saying?" Or it be some people that might just be like that pull up on me too. That just be like, I might not, and it's weird, but it is what it is. They'll say, I don't like, I might not like your status, but I see you, I like it. Like, but that's the stuff I'm saying about.
Yo, but speaking of that, that's what just happened
about God not being cool. You feel me?
That's what happened to me. For example, yesterday I tapped into one of my homegirls live, right? And she says, she reading, she got her drink in her hand, she turned up, she looked at me, she said, Devin here? Oh, baby, you want to get up out of here. And the reason why I respected that is because she said, you're doing good. You're doing good right now. I don't want anything bad around you. I took it as love, right?
Right.
Because she was like, I don't want you to do anything that's going to hinder you to go backwards, because where you're going right now, you're helping people. She said your topics are good, your subject matter is good. But she was doing what she was still doing, right?
Right.
And I respected her for still watching me, even though she doesn't comment.
Right.
Because it's going to be a day. I pray that there's a day that everybody eventually is going to click on to something and they're going to want to change their life off of that one show. So I make these shows. So not today. I might only have a few people today, right?
Right.
But if I continue this show for a year, you're not going to tell me it's not going to grow, because we have God. God is in this, right?
Right.
And he's the one that told me to do this. I want to put my beats up. If it was me and I was going to have something going on, I'd have been doing my music. Right. I'd have been putting on but God said, you've already had that season. Right. That season has already been a part of your life. I'm taking you to another level because people need what you can offer. You've been through something, like Mike told me. Your experiences are more than a college education, because no one can teach you what you've been through. Only you know what you've been through. So once you share that, other people can definitely relate. And now that's how God can work through me and through you and through Mike, is through our testimony. Right. And that's why we have Testimony Tuesday. And I see you out there, Antoine Todd. I got you up because you're going to be on Testimony Tuesday too, bro. You got a heck of a testimony, and I respect you like forever. And basically, what he said was, a dream is just a thought if you're not willing to put that work in behind it. I'm proud of y'all boys, man. I'm proud of y'all too, man. I'm proud of all of us. I'm proud for everybody that tuned in. If you tuned in, that's good. If you tuned in, it's because you either have change, want to change, or you're thinking about change. Right. Or you want to tune in because I've shown you what I'm on already. Right. So if you hear, it's either one of the three. So if you got something to share, share it. Hit me up. Let's set something up. Come on here and share your story. If you want to change, hit me up, hit Mike up, hit B up, hit anybody up close to you that you're comfortable with. Because sometimes it's better to go somebody that you know that's not as close to you, right? Right. So no matter what, don't be afraid to ask for help. Pride has killed our community for so long. Being prideful and not speaking what you need, God can't help you, because he only can put how God works is through people. So if you're not telling people what your problems are, then God can't bless your problems because you can't put the right people in your life. You're going to put the people you put in your life that got you in this position. So how can they help you out if y'all walking down the same path? You have to think about who you have on your journey with you so they can enhance you. I have you guys in my life to enhance me. When we have our conversations, they're not everyday conversations. They're improvement conversations. They're conversations about us changing our lives, or how to change our lives, or how to keep changing our lives. So with that being said, man, I love that y'all came on. I love that y'all came on, man. Thank you. It's my first time. It was my first time having guests, man. Right. And it went through smooth. I had two special guests. It wasn't just any guests. It was people that I love. It was W Express in the building. Right?
Facts.
It was Trizzy in the building, right?
It's crazy because I remember months ago, before even the podcast got popping, you was like, B, when I do my podcast, you gotta come on. And like I say, I remember talking to Mike even before I started even like going through what I was going through, like probably around the same time he started his podcast with his wife, and he was telling me about we was just talking about like how what he went through with Mike, and what for me to expect going through with BJ. You feel me? And like, man, I always take heed to you, Mike, because like I said, you know, we used to support little Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Kappa to Sexton to Lansing Catholic. You know, BJ always. Even Keisha. You know what I'm saying? We all was there. You know what I'm saying? I look, you know, you started a nice little blueprint, because I'm like, I'm gonna be like that.
You definitely started a blueprint.
That's the thing, like us as men, we don't like to give the flowers why they here, but you know what I'm saying? Like I follow, you know what I'm saying? You showed me a real blueprint of how to be a man, and really not how to be a man, but how to be a good father with a son. Really dope in sports. You feel me? And like you didn't care. I mean, you heard all the backslash little Mikey was getting, or what you was getting. You feel me? You knew it, but you kept your head strong, and you just kept it moving and said,
yeah, I wanna tell y'all something, man, because I think it's important to the conversation. You know, everybody think they know Mike Lynn. Everybody think they know D Woods. Everybody think they know B Winham. So everybody think that when they see you out here in the world, they understand what y'all like. For instance, I got a really big social media presence, but nobody know the real me. D Woods, you know the real me. We sat together, cried together, talked together, drank to the end of the bottle together. Come out of that, talked about how we gonna change 1,000 times. We went through all of that,
Yep.
so you know who I really am. You know the conversations around my family and what's going on with my family for real, and
Of
like all my
course.
life. Everybody don't know that, so I think it's important for us to express that people just do not know our lives, and for us to try to be self-improving, we can't be listening to that either. So what I'm saying to that is to be, you got to understand, man, going forward, yo, as BJ get, like, I'll be watching the little dude, I'm like, he's a cold, but I'm congratulative of it. It's a
Right.
lot of people who kids ain't playing, it's gonna be real upset, and they gonna say things like this to you. Oh, you want it to be all about you, bro. You always posting pictures of your son, and I got all of that. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But I look at it like, I know my life, I know me. Everything that I do, it's like when you use your platform to better the city, it's certain little hating ass cats that'll be like, oh, he wanted to be all about him. No, I'm using my platform to help you, dummy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm me. I built this platform for myself, and now I'm passing it back down by uplifting other things. That's not me using me. So you have to just not pay attention to the outside world when you're dealing with BJ, bro. It's gonna be hard because you love him so much, and and it affects kids too, bro.
Right.
Like
Right.
they hear these whispers too. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And then other parents don't understand not to be saying that little hateful stuff around their kids, so the kids say it too. So
Right.
it's just a
Yeah.
lot. That's what I was trying to explain to you. It's a lot, man, and,
Right.
and
Right.
it affected our family, bro. And the thing is I learned how to handle it probably too late, but I'm trying to hand it down because I did learn it. Do you
Right.
feel me?
Right.
So that's all I can say, man. Is just be focused on him. Be focused on what you know about you and your family. Don't, because everybody gonna have a story to tell about the Winhams and
Right.
BJ and oh, he don't do this and he don't do that. Just like they got a story to say about Mike. But I can tell you that if they got a story they telling you, and I'm not talking to them, they don't know what's going on in my life, man.
Right.
People don't be knowing what's going on in Wood's life. They could just speculate.
Right. Right.
Just keep
Right.
moving. Yo, pressure. Apply pressure.
Right.
Make them
Right.
sick. Make
Right.
them sick. What we always just say, get the bucket flooring because he finna throw up this next move I'm finna make.
Right.
You did? Yo,
Right.
get the bucket for these haters. That's all I can say. And
Hey
anybody
man,
who really wants to be pressed, who really wants to learn, contact me, man.
Right.
Don't listen to the haters. They want you to stay in their lane. But when
Right.
you see somebody moving in a positive way and you like, damn, I want to be doing that, don't be hating. I
Right.
don't look at it like that. Pride out the way. If somebody doing something I want to see how they do, I'll hit their inbox dead serious. If I see somebody doing something, if it is Grace, anybody, I would hit Nipsey in his inbox and be like, Nip, yo, what can you explain to me on this situation?
it's
If
about
he got
look, Mike. That's a good point. It's fear, fear too, fear of asking
yeah,
somebody that's above you to help you.
it's pride, bro.
It's
Right.
pride, but fear is part of it though, because you can get nervous. You could be, you know what I'm saying. Pride can make you want to go do it, like not do it, but fear will stop you from doing it.
Well, another problem is that a lot of people don't like to admit somebody over top of them or above them in life. That's a big problem. If somebody that I grew up with is in a higher capacity in they lane, I don't have no problem coming to them with my hand out and saying, "Yo, can you teach me that?"
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
have pride like that.
me either. I don't either.
Right.
I
Me
I
either.
ask.
I never been cut
Because
like
that's
that.
what you did for me with
yeah,
your podcast. You like, Woods, you do sound. Yo, can you like do the mic?
bro. We sitting here. I'm trying to figure my sound out for like an hour and a half. We kicking this like a year ago, or it's 8 months ago, or so. No, it's like a year ago.
Like a
I'm
year
sitting
ago.
here and I'm like, hold on a minute. D, you know this stuff. He's standing right next to me, and I ain't asked this man. Not because of pride, I just didn't think about it. But I don't have no problem telling somebody this ain't my lane, but I want to get in it. How can I figure it out? It's a lot of brothers that don't have enough confidence in themselves. It's hard for them. Lansing is one of those places. That's why. And look at community service. A lot of people don't want to do no community service, but the people that are doing it, the people that's on their couch always got
I'm
something
getting
to
involved.
say.
I'm getting a part of community service now. Like
But
it
no, what
feels
I'm
good too, though,
saying
man.
was what I'm telling you is that if more people just stop worrying about hating on the next man that's doing something good and say, well, okay, you know what I like the environment in Lansing right now? It's competition in this world now. Everybody wants to be handing out the most turkeys. That's great, because guess what happens? The whole community get turkeys.
Right. Facts.
Yeah,
So you
facts.
not in
Right.
competition with me.
Right. Right.
This is like I play life like golf, bro. I
Right.
play the field. I'm playing my strokes. I'm not playing the guy standing next to me. So that's what I keep trying to say. Just let's all be in competition to be great.
And with that being said, D Woods and Mike is for real telling the dead ass truth, because I remember when I first started hanging TVs, I hit Mike up, and I was like, bro, like I want to see like I wasn't for sure about putting the cords in the walls, but Mike was putting me on game. He was like, you need to get you some insurance, because you're hanging these TVs. If you go hang a TV and it fall down, you don't want to be reliable because you're trying to make some money. So Mike is really talking what he's saying about helping people, and you reach out for real. Like
I got you,
because I was one of those people at one time when I hit him up like, hey Mike, I know you be hanging TVs and putting them in the wall. How do you do this? Or how do you did that? Or how did you find this cord? And Mike,
I tried to go ahead, lay the blueprint down for him, because that's my
Brian. Hey Brian, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Did you make profit from him helping you?
I did.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Opening your mouth helped you.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what it is. If people don't open your mouth, you can't eat.
Right.
But let me touch on that too. What's so important about what you just said, D, is that I'm sure Brian has sat in some places and heard all this riffraff about Mike Lynn, and he could have let that stifle his blessing by saying, man, I ain't even finna reach out to him because I heard all of this shit. But he did, because of what he knew about me.
Right.
And next thing you know, you be able to put wires in the wall now and charge an extra $125 if you need to.
Right.
That's game, bro.
And that's the crazy thing. When I was telling you what I was charging, you was like, B, you too cheap.
Get your money.
You too cheap. And once I started charging what you said around the same price, even though, you feel me, I didn't whack him like you told me to whack him, but I started getting more money. I was just like, I see it.
You got to get what you worth, bro. And that's a situation where Lansing is hard. I told you this also when it came to doing that. I didn't do no work in Lansing because people wouldn't buy from me, because it's like, you my boy, you should do it for free. Right. And it's like, well,
let's talk about that. What about that? Go ahead.
We'll give you a perfect example of this. If it's something that's going to help save your life, if it's something that's going to help you progress in life, I will give it to you for free. That's game, right? I'm going to give you that for free. But if it's some luxury where you want me to come to your house and put a TV on the wall, I'm going to charge you. I'm not going to charge you what Best Buy going to charge you, but I should be able to pay for my time, my insurance, my expertise. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But like what I'm doing right now, as far as like the village is concerned, as far as Black and Brown Sway advocates, I'm giving all that game out for free. Like completely free. I ain't got a dime for nothing I've done. I went and spent thousands of dollars doing this stuff that I'm trying to build for the community. And you got people that hate on that. They have a problem with that. It's like, yo, I can't help that, man. All I can say is that the information is here for any of these young people out here that's going through trials and tribulations, who can't understand how to get out of it, or they can't understand how to do something. Reach out to me. Do not let your uncle hate on you, because he's not hating on me. I'ma still move. He hating on you. Reach out to the people, the men like us three who've been through all of these things. Every one of us been in the lockup. Every one of us been through all of it. You know what I'm saying? We can explain to you how we grew up out of that, how we made it. Every one of us got a career now. We moving. We doing great. We can explain those things. And all the mothers out here, don't let these brothers, these dumb, I want to use some words.
You're talking to two saved men, bro. Come on now.
Yo, don't let these bitter people who can't figure a way out of their situation and too prideful to ask hurt your son. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Because it's a whole lot of single mothers out here that need men like us to talk to their young people, but they got to do it.
I'm the basketball director.
Hold on, but the dude sleeping on their couch is like, nah, we ain't messing with Mike. We ain't messing with B Winham. We ain't messing with D Woods. We ain't messing with nobody. I'm gonna get my son over here to get this tutelage because I know he giving it. That's where we have to be as a mindset, as a community, yo. Stop trying to grab everybody back down to your level and figure out how you get off your level and get to the level they at. We don't do that as a community. I'm trying to press that along to people to understand. Yo, see the man next to you. See if he in a lane you want to be in. Figure out how to get in that lane. And a brother that's willing to give it back will give it back. I'm gonna tell you how to put wires in the wall. I'm gonna tell you how to build your business, because you're not hurting my bottom line.
Right.
I want to see you progress. We'll do business together at some point. You know what I'm saying? If I have a job that got too many TVs and I need you to come help me, I now you trained and you ready to go. We can move on that level.
Right.
This is how we have to be looking at it, man. Each one teach one. Y'all go to my Facebook, my bio. That's all it say. Each one teach one. Whatever's been sitting to me, I'm willing to give it away.
Right.
Well, that goes into Thessalonians, though. That's what the scripture Krista started off with in Thessalonians 5:11. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. This is from
Exactly.
God. So this is what we're supposed to do. God put us on this earth to till the lands and to manage the land, not manage each other. So you have a job to do here. And it's not necessarily, let me explain this. This is very important. Your job is not what your 9 to 5 is if you are working. Your works are when you come home. What's your desires on the
Mm-hmm.
inside? It doesn't matter. You might have to work a 9 to 5 to take care of your family, and you better take care of your family because you don't, you won't get the blessings, right? So, but when you get off of work, you're not done working. And some people think they're done. They get off of work and they're done. But no, whatever was inside of you, now you have to write that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to make that an action, or it's always going to be a dream. My building was this building I'm in right now was all in my mind. But guess what I did? I went to work every day and said, I'm going to save X amount of dollars to put this away. I used to drink this money away. I'm going to put this for a savings. I had a plan after I had got out of work for my real work. Now I'm doing the work of God. Now look what we have a podcast. Look how professional the whole setup is. This is all come from me going to a job. Now I'm doing my works. It's a big
Yeah,
difference, man.
I've always told you was like, I got my own relationship with God, bro, that don't make sense to nobody. But I can tell you, you know, it's one of them things, man, that I just believe and I have faith. I just really do. And so I know that there's no disappointment that I can't come over, that I can't overcome. I've never been in a situation where I wasn't guided the right direction. I might have made the wrong decision, but I know that I have faith in that aspect. So I have my own relationship with God, man, and people who know me know that. But at the end of the day, I feel like I won't never receive my blessing if I don't hand them down. I've really been blessed all my life, D, and you know that, man. Like all the situations I've been in and come out of, bro. I think you remember October 3rd, your birthday one time, man. We had a really unfortunate incident with your mom's car. And I came out of that situation. I was really, it's just those little slivers in my life that you were involved with. But just think of all the other slivers that you weren't there for, in my gang banging days, my dumb days, my stupid days. It's just so many times that I got, Jay-Z said best, I like escape car crashes unscathed. Like that's literally my life, man. And it's been a full circle to be able to go back and talk and teach these kids, man, what I went through. If I had this at that point, what y'all don't know is some of y'all, when y'all was in, y'all have been juniors or ever. I tried to come back to E-High. I never went to ever. Everybody think I went to E-High. I never went. Because my dad had this issue. I moved out of the area and whatnot, went to Sexton, Eastern, everywhere else. They wouldn't let me back into school, said I was too old. I was only 17 years old. So that was like, I wasn't worth to be able to come back in here and try again. I'm begging y'all. Me and Manuel Moak both tried to go back. So I look at it like, if I had and what would have changed in my life, dog? What path would I have been on differently if they had allowed me in there? So I'm making my life's work to make sure ain't no another 17-year-old that just got out of jail and clean and trying to straighten his life doesn't have that opportunity. So we just let too many of our youth just go because we don't feel like doing the work, the hard work to try to figure out how they can get in. So I try to use my networking ability and my platform to try to ease my way into the school board to find out what we can do here. Talk to the city council to find out what it is I can do to change this policy that's in play. So this is how we do this, man, to give back. And it ain't always what it's not always handing something to somebody. Sometimes it's working your own angle to try to help somebody. They may not even know you helped them. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like people sometimes don't even know I saved your life right there, but that's cool. I don't need you to know. I know. Right. And that's how I get my blessing.
All right. I love it, man. I have my co-host is still with us. She's been with us this whole time. She has some questions for us. I'm going to bring her back so she can ask us a few questions. Krista, what is going on?
Where y'all at? Did this sun out still?
Right.
Hey, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Look at this.
You still muted. Still muted.
Right. Super dark.
I'm just talking to myself, huh?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'd like to introduce you to my brothers right here. This is Brian, and this is my man's Mike right here. This is my host, Krista.
How you doing?
You? Yeah. I love the show today, guys. It's powerful. It's inspiring. So my first question actually is gonna be to Brian. I have a question about, as you were going through your transformation, can you tell us a little bit about the people in your life as far as your friends, not necessarily family, but the people that you
Mhm.
chose to have in your life, how they affected you, rather losing them or gaining them?
Well, first of all, I really didn't run. I really don't run with a big group of people anyway. So, as far as friends, we all kind of go your separate ways when you get older and have kids. So basically, what I chose when I started making my transformation, I got in tune with the pastor of the church, and a lot of older men, and it was one man that went to my church by the name of Robin, and we I met with him one night, and this we talked. I met him at the church maybe around like 6 p.m., and we stayed there till at least 1 a.m. And it was through everything. I mean, he told me his whole background, how he grew up, all the drugs he sold. He done been shot 5 or 6 times, but through all that, he told me one thing that stuck with me that changed my life forever. And he told me when I prayed and it's so simple. He said, pray that God changes your heart. And once I said that prayer that night, and I honest to God, the truth, man, as soon as I prayed that, I mean, stuff started changing for the better rapidly. It's so crazy, man. But yeah, so it's like I mean, my friends, I still talk. I still got a couple homeboys who really reach out, but one of my closest homeboys, Larry Lee, you feel me? Like he
L
really,
Dog.
yeah, L
That's my
Dog.
yes, sir.
L Dog is the type of dude, man. He never changed. He always been
No,
the
he's been the
same.
same person since day
I
one,
mean,
since the day I met him,
yeah,
man.
for real. And I thank him all the time. Like he'll call me and be like, man, I'm just calling to check up on you. I mean, I see what you're doing on Facebook. I see you, but I'm calling you. And even you got a homeboy where if like when I first started trying to change, and then I was slipped back. But you got that one person where you be like, oh, I can't let him know that because I know he's gonna be disappointed. You feel me?
Yeah, yep,
Them
I
the
got
kind of
that.
people, them the kind of friends you want to have in your life. Friends
Yeah.
that hold you to a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? A certain standard. And that's when he held me to a certain standard. And when I was slipping up, messing around, you know what I'm saying? I would always be like, damn, man, I cannot tell L Dog this. So like L Dog, he, you know what I'm saying? Like he a real friend. And but as far as like I said, I started just like locking in with people I knew that I could learn the word from or learn, you know what I'm saying, get closer to God. So that's what I did.
Both of you guys have said the same thing over and over again is
Oh, you mute, you mute, you
spoke it
mute, you
out.
mute. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she broke up. I didn't
We
even
didn't
hear
we
it.
didn't hear you say it again.
Oh, no, I was saying, can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yeah.
Yes.
now? Okay. No, I was saying both of you have said a lot of the same thing over and over again, but I keep hearing that you made a decision within yourself and then you spoke it out. It wasn't just you made a decision within yourself and you held it in, but you spoke it out and then you started seeking those things, what you had decided on the inside of yourself. Mike, who has been a mentor to you?
You said who has?
Yes.
You know, it's funny because I've had some real gangsters as mentors growing up. Like some dudes some dudes that people wouldn't really expect to be mentors, but they just put a lot of game in my ear because I was always kind of the young dog. So them guys, I have some cousins that have really been influential in my life. My father, obviously, who's always been there, been a real influence in my life. And I find people I've always kind of been people have always kind of been attracted to me that are attracted to try to mentor me when they're in a position of I shouldn't say power, but like I kind of bosses always want to talk to me and tell me how to move. It's like your cousin Ron. It
Yeah.
was like it's cast that Notch was one that really didn't like too many
Not to,
people, but
yeah, yeah.
but
That was my
always wanted
brother.
me around. It's so I've just had a lot of people like that that have really just You know, and they mentor me like not come sell this dope with me, more or less like this is what you don't do. This is how you move. You know, they was disgusted when I was out here being stupid. And so that's kind of really what it was in the street. And then, you know, like I said, my father was a mentor to me, you know, obviously going throughout my life.
I was going through your website, Mike. I was looking that you have some opportunities for people to get involved through the holidays. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We just got done doing our Thanksgiving giveaway. The Village, Dakia, Quinny, and Eric King just came together and did some turkey giveaways, and then we have a Secret Santa thing that we're going to be doing as well. But the Village is really just, I think it's important to mention that the Village is like really just a platform. Like I just put in all, like not just me, but you know, the Village and the people involved with it, just put the platform down. If people have something they want to do, like for instance, Brian was like, I want to teach kids how to, you know, how to detail cars, or you know, whatever the case is. The Village is a home for you to come set that program in. We'll find you funding. You know, that's kind of what the Village is. So it's just really, I built this, you know, and it's like a platform for anybody who wants to do something with the community to come and get that, you know, kind of that toolage to get yourself going, because a lot of people don't understand how to get going in the nonprofit world. And so that's just really what the Village is. So it's always opportunities. People just need to reach out. Right now with COVID, you know, our resource center is shut down. Like we can't have a whole lot of people in there right now. And it's sad because it's really a beautiful spot. Can't wait to have it open to the kids to just be able to walk in there. So that's just really where we at right now.
Okay. Thank you for that information. Brian, do you have anything you would like to say about Blessed Hands Car Detailing? Are you hiring right now? Are you looking for people?
I do got a lot of work, but it's so hard to find hard workers who really want to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People, they say they want to work, but when it comes down to it, a lot of people really don't want to. But I'm still like a new company, so and I'm blessed where right now I am on the corner of Mount Hope and Washington, but I am looking to kind of either link up with another person that detail or get moving to another spot, because my overhead that I'm paying is way too much. So I'm really not looking to hire nobody right now, but sometime in the future. And what Mike said, you know what I'm saying, I am gonna hook up with you, Mike, about, you know what I'm saying, trying to teach some people how to detail them, because
that's what's up, man. That's what I put this together for, is what you just said.
It is hard work. Don't get me wrong. It's hard work, but you got to have a passion for it. Not everybody can detail. You got to have a passion for it, and you can make some very good money. But at the same time, it's so, like right now, it's the car detailing is up and down. You know what I'm saying? Last week I had 15 cars in my parking lot. This week I got maybe 8 cars in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's still good, but you know what I'm saying? And then you got to think, it's tax season about to come up. So you know what I'm saying? It's about to jump right back up. And so
you're gonna need some help. You're gonna need some help.
Right.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna profess that you're gonna have so many cars, man. You ain't gonna be able to do it by yourself.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
I need it, because I mean, right now I just got my nephew working with me, and I'm showing him the ropes right now. But
that's how you should be doing it. Start your family first.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like a barber, man. It's so much work. There's so many cars out here that has to be clean. Like it's no detailer that should hate on another detail company. It's so much work. You just gotta.
Hey, welcome to the L Town, bro.
Right. But that's the thing about that, and I keep in mind, no matter who hate on me, you cannot stop God's plan. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of hate they say. Like God told me, Blessed Hands is gonna be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, detail company Lansing I ever seen, and I got faith in that. And you know what I'm saying, it's nobody can stop that plan but myself, and I ain't stopping. You feel me?
Amen.
So
that's it. I do want to touch on something real quick that you asked, because I think it's important for anybody watching this that is trying to figure it out. And I told D Woods this, like, we talked about how brothers won't really ask for that help. They'll go through life and not ask for that for pride reasons. But you talked about, you asked Brian, like when he tried to make his transition. And although my transition hasn't been in the same hood, but I transitioned like crazy from especially friends and woods, like I've really only had like 3 or 4 friends that have really been solid with me my whole life. But I went through a whole lot of people that have been around me. And that's one of the most important things for young people, man, is to make sure you got the right people around you. Like plain and simple. It's so many times that I've been out and about with bad people around me. And especially when you are somebody who is willing to go either way, like good or bad, if you have people that's pressing you in that bad direction, it's one of the worst things. And so when I found that when I was able to mature and get out of the dumb stuff, I changed the group I was around. Like that's it. I started taking people out of my life. Even today, I still have to do that. You have to take some people out of your life that either they putting you in a bad space or they bad energy. You just have to take some of them people, no matter how long you've known them. And a lot of times, sometimes knowing somebody a long time be the reason that bad energy be there, because they just can't stand to see somebody that was here with them now here. So you just have to, that's what a lot of these young people have to do, is just focus on the people you got around you. Are they helping or hurting? And then start moving towards that direction and away from that. So that's really important for a transformation, is getting bad people from around you. Some people will see you moving towards God and be like, yo, you whack, bro. You lame as all get out. Y'all see this hat? I'm supporting LGBTQ through this hat. This is something that's not looked at kindly with the black community, right? Yeah. But it's something that I've had to transition, because I had a problem growing up with that, right? So it's something I had to stop and be like, you know what? These people, it's a lot of people that's in that community that just look just like me. My sister's in the community. I got family members that's in that community. So it's a transformation. So when I say that, when I wear this hat, I'm gonna have a whole lot of people like, yo, you whack, bro. Why you man? That's people that I'm like, okay, now you off the train. The train's still moving, but you off of it now. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a whole lot of those type of things you got to be focused on to really make a transition and it stick.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much, man. This has been more than I could ask for. We have a great participation with the guests. Thank you, everybody that's on right now. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be doing this 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. Every Tuesday is going to be Testimony Tuesday. If you have a story and you want to tell it and it can change somebody's life, reach out to me. That's what this platform is for. We all have a platform. Mine is trying to bridge that gap right now we have between people that are successful and people trying to be successful, right? So, once again, before we chime off, man, I want to thank my brother Mike Lynn for always having no, not for this show. I'm telling you personally. Thank you for always being my support system, man.
Absolutely.
Always thank you for uplifting me when I was feeling down. And you want a person I can actually cry to and not feel like I'm being judged as the man that I just cried to about my issue. So when I told you I wanted to get sober, and you were my main drinking buddy, man. So for me to be sober and you're still my friend to this day, that's a true testament of friendship right there, man. I love you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Love you too, brother.
And to be, we W Express for life. Our other third member, David, welcome. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother right there. We started, what we mean by W Express, it was Woods welcome. And Wyndham in the backfield, losing every game. Yo, we got smashed, dog. I had to quit on y'all, dog. I couldn't take it. You don't remember when I quit? I couldn't take it no more. Dog, I couldn't take it. Look, dog, man. I went crazy, yo. I'm like, yo, how is y'all taking losing like this, bro? Right. Y'all laughing. Dog, I'm crying like, dog. We just lost by 50 points, and y'all talking about what's happening tonight?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? I hate y'all.
I think I probably seen y'all at the after party and was talking about y'all ass too.
Right, we was talking about us too though. We didn't care.
Man, we had.
I came and watched y'all play.
Could not win a game.
No, hold on.
Watched y'all play a couple times, bro.
Bro, we had no business not losing. Whatever, man.
Yeah, it was some talent. It was some talent on that team too.
Super talent, man.
Yo, the problem was there was some talent everywhere else too, like crazy talent, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We just happened to be in the air because, like, shout out to Sexton, man. Right. They was running things back then, bro.
We didn't have a line, man. We didn't have a line. We had a quarterback. We had running backs. We had receivers.
Shout out to Josh Palmer. Shout out to JP. Yeah. He was our QB. Palmer. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, JP. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. I was just chatting with him the other day. We were sharing hoop pictures, man. So, yeah, bro. I'm gonna sound off Crystal. You did an amazing job today.
Yeah, you did, man. Hey,
Thank you for
I
the question.
love
It's
your
really professional.
platform, man. This is super dope, man. Hopefully, I can come and join in again, man. Like ASAP. I like it. I love it. And Mike and you and Erica's show too, man. I'm still waiting for that invite to come on y'all show.
Hey, we're gonna do it, man. We've been on this political thing, but I want to talk about this sports, man, and these young people. Remember, I told you that's what I want to bring you on to talk about.
Right.
It's important, man. It's important. Right. It's an important topic.
Right.
All right, man.
There's no better time to do it now, man. Right now.
Right now, everybody right now, man.
We got people listening, man. Like they said, we don't know everybody who paying attention, but they paying attention, bro.
They paying attention, man. They paying attention, man. And so once again, everybody tune in. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow. I will have a very, very special guest tomorrow. I will have Sean Pug Furlong on, but he be talking about some real serious stuff, though. He's a social worker. He deals with foster care and adoption, and we want to talk about what's going on in that situation through COVID. What's going on with these kids that right now in foster care? Where's the psyche at with these kids? Where are the social workers at mentally right now watching some of the things going on? So tomorrow will be another great episode. Everybody tune in. I'll be sending a link. Once again, we are destined for greatness. I love y'all. And we out.
Too, bro.
All right, bro.